Okay, so you have checked your label and it has told you that you have runoff mitigation points to meet. We've been over the website and the information that's here. What you're really looking for is you scroll through this and you look at the points and you start figuring all that out, is you ultimately want to get to the spray drift and runoff mitigation calculator. You can see the website there. You can get to this mitigation menu. However you get there, you should download this spreadsheet. So you'll click this. You will then go to your downloads, and it is going to download that spreadsheet, and you are going to say, yes, enable editing. And just like with the spray drift, please, the first times you use it, read through the README section. This has important information that will give you guidance as you move through this spreadsheet. We already looked at the drift field in one of our videos, so now we're going to look at runoff mitigation. And just like before, we are going to begin filling in all of this information. So who's doing the spraying, what date are they doing the spraying, and then what field is it in. All right, so we've got all of that figured out. Now we get to our first decision. The mitigation relief area is at least 1,000 feet down gradient from these areas. So if you're farming and your field is in the middle of a bunch of your other fields, you would go to this make selection and you would say, yes, one of these applies. I have an on-farm contained irrigation water resource. You see what's on the left, and it says no mitigation needs are required. So whatever your point total is, if you meet any of these over here, you can move on. Let's say that is not the case, that you are spraying right on a road edge. Okay, you have to continue. All right, do you have irrigation retention of some sort? So do you have an irrigation tailwater return system? No points needed. Do you have a water retention pond? Well, that gives you 2 points. And if we remember from our label, it required 3. So we're almost there. But let's say we're not doing any sort of water retention. Now we have to pick where we are. So in this case, we are in the great state of Florida. And now you're going to pick your county. I'm in Alachua County, so I have 2 points. If we remember, the label told us we needed 3. We are almost there. Now, these will differ. If we go to Baker County, Bradford, okay, those all seem to be the same. Charlotte gives us 3 points. If you're in Charlotte County, you're done. Citrus County, 3 points. You've met your points. Go farm. Nothing more needed. But then we get to one in Escambia where you get no credit, okay? So we still have to find our points. How are we going to do this? Well, the first is mitigation tracking. Are you filling out this spreadsheet and tracking the things you're doing to mitigate any sort of runoff? If you are, you get a point. By filling this out, by keeping records, you are doing your mitigation tracking. And then this, are you following recommendations from a runoff soil specialist? So that would give you another point, you'd be at 2. Or are you participating in a conservation program? So this would be a BMP from Florida. This now gives you 3 points. They have also added that you are participating in an EPA qualified conservation program. That's 9 points. That hits the highest mark we can. Let's say we are not in a BMP. You aren't using the BMP for Florida. What can we do now? All right, well, let's look at our farm. Is your farm flat? Is it less than 3% slope? That's most Florida farms. There's your 3 points. Go farm. Are you predominantly sandy soil? You're either moderately sandy, predominantly sandy. Let's just say that we're predominantly sandy. That's another 3 points. You now have 6 points just by farming where you farm. You haven't had to do anything. Well, if we say that this was a 9-pointer, now we've got to start doing some things. So are you doing conservation tillage? Well, it's a citrus crop. I'm not tilling in between. That's 3 more points. 3 plus 3 is 6 plus 2 is 8 plus 1 is 9. So that right there gives me my points. You can see there's other things that you can check through. At the end of the day, it's going to give you your points totaled up right here, and then you would keep this file for your records. You could print it, you could just save it. I would recommend saving a unique file for each of these, and then you can keep your records. There used to be functionality that you could create a new worksheet where it would add new tabs down here. It appears that Microsoft has some issues potentially with that. So you can also just save this as Swamp Block A, May treatment, and away you go. So hopefully you found this helpful.